Friendship of a brown bear and a fish. Teddy was a brown bear who lived in one of the world's most beautiful valleys called Deosai. He was 5 years old, but he was not as tall as his other fellows. Other bears and animals around called him Teddy, as he exactly looked like a teddy bear toy that humans carried as toy. Teddy was different than other bears as he was vegetarian. He did not like meat. As a child, he cried and made funny, disgusting faces when his mama offered him meat. He liked to eat berries, pink, violet, and blue flowers surrounding that area. Teddy also loved fish, living in the river. He was fascinated by how many colors they had. He hated when other bears ate fish, as he was vegetarian and he did not like to eat fish. In fact, he wanted to have fish as a pet. His friends laughed at his funny ideas. One day, Teddy was sitting near the river and then he saw one fish. The fish had as many colors as in a rainbow. He was mesmerized by the beauty of that fish. He made a small pond near the river and put that fish in that pond. Then he ran towards his home. When he reached his home, he asked his mama to give him a crystal bowl. He took the bowl and ran towards the pond. Then he put the small fish in a bowl. Teddy then spent the whole day carrying that bowl. Every day, Teddy carried that bowl with him. His bear friends teased him. Some of them wanted to eat that fish right away, but Teddy was a vigilant guard. The fish became fond of Teddy. She only ate if Teddy gave her food. And at night she watched Teddy till he fell asleep. Soon winter started approaching, and all bears became ready for the big sleep. All bears had to sleep for 6 months till spring approached. Teddy's mom told him to eat as much food as he could, as for 6 months that stored food will provide energy to his body. Teddy became so fat that he could not run as he was used to running before. Teddy was only worried about his fish. Mama, where should I leave my dear fish when I will go for the big sleep? Teddy asked his mother. You have to put that fish in the great river, Teddy, said his mama. Teddy was so sad and he cried for so many nights, but his mama said that it was only good for the fish. The fish became 4 inches long and she was beautiful. Whenever she saw Teddy, she started jumping and made acrobatic moves that made him laugh. When seeing him laughing, the fish invented so many moves while jumping. Soon, the final day came when at night all bears would go for the big sleep. Teddy carried that bowl with him and sat near the big river. He was looking at fish and was crying. The fish tried to cheer him up by doing some acrobatic jumping, but Teddy did not laugh and cried more. Finally, he said goodbye to the fish and dropped her carefully in the river. The fish looked at him as Teddy turned his back and ran towards his home. That night, Teddy and his mama went to their den for the big sleep. After 6 months, the spring arrived, and all bears started waking up from their big sleep. Teddy opened his eyes, and his mama told him to go outside and enjoy spring. Teddy came outside and ran towards his home to see his fish in a crystal bowl. But the crystal bowl was empty. As Teddy remembered, he left his fish in the big river. Teddy ran towards the river and sat near the edge of the river where he left his fish. He waited there for hours to see every fish, to check if the fish was his, but he couldn't find it. From that day onwards, Teddy went to the river edge every day and waited there for hours. His mama told him that the fish may be migrated to another river, or maybe she would have a new family and Teddy should forget about the fish. His mama was so concerned about Teddy as he was so hurt. A month had gone by and Teddy started forgetting about his fish. One day, Teddy went to the river edge after 1 week and he sat there. He was eating berries grown near the river. Near the river edge, he saw one fish. She was 1.5 feet long and she was jumping in the river. Teddy noticed that the fish had the same colors as his fish had, but it was fully grown fish almost 1.5 feet long. When Teddy came closer, the fish did not swim away, but started doing acrobatic jumps. And then Teddy realized that the fish was his. Teddy jumped into the river and jumped with fish and played the whole day. When evening approached, his mother came to find Teddy, and he saw him playing with the fish. "Mama, look, this fish is mine," Teddy told his mother. His mother was as happy to see the fish as Teddy, and she went home, saying that she will be making a small pond at home, as the fish grew so big that it won't fit in the crystal bowl anymore. The end.